Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. I want to do something I don't normally do and talk a little bit about drama subject. More specifically, CIG's loan that was mentioned over the weekend to hopefully clear up any confusion, and then talk a bit about the Redeemer and some other shit bits that we've learnt recently. When UK companies file their accounts, details of these appear on the company's house website, and they show kind of their important assets and liabilities and that sort of stuff. There was a post on NeoGAF and various ones on Reddit speculating what a loan from Cots & Co was from one of these filings from Cloud Imperium Games UK Limited. This led to speculation that the bank now owned the studio, or that it meant that CIG was in some sort of financial trouble, and various clickbait journalists posted articles citing some forum posts or the link to the company's house file as proof. Their issue was being that this was entirely based on some sort of random speculation. Not even any amount of money was mentioned. It was just a registration of, yes, we have a loan with these guys. This eventually led to an official statement by CIG from Ortwin, which I will read to you. We have noticed the speculations created by a posting on the website of UK's company house with respect to COTS security for our UK tax rebate advance, and we would like to provide you with the following insight to help prevent some of the misinformation we've seen. Our UK companies are entitled to a government game tax credit rebate, which we earn every month on Squadron 42's development. These rebates are payable by the UK government in the fall of the next following year when we file our tax returns. Foundry 42 and its parent company, Cloud Imperium Games UK Limited, have elected to partner with COTS, a highly regarded, very selective and specialised UK banking institution, to obtain regular advances against this rebate, which will allow us to avoid converting unnecessary funds to Great British pounds. So they don't have to convert it to pounds. We obviously incur a significant part of our expenditures in pounds, while our collections are mostly in US dollars and euros. Given today's low interest versus the ongoing uncertain currency fluctuations, this is simply a smart money management move, which we implemented upon recommendation of our financial advisors. The collateral granted in connection with this discounting loan is absolutely standard and pertains to our UK operation only, which develops Squadron 42. As a careful review of the security will show, and contrary to some irresponsible and misleading reports, the collateral specifically excludes Star Citizen. The UK government rebate entitlement, which is audited and certified by outside auditors on a quarterly basis, is the prime collateral. Per standard procedure in banking, our UK companies, of course, stand behind the loan and guarantee repayment, which, however, given the reliability of the discounted asset, a UK government payment, is a formality and nothing else. This security does not affect our UK company's ownership and control of their assets. Obviously, the UK government will not default on its rebate obligations, which will be used for repayment, and even then, the UK companies have ample assets to repay the loan, even in such an eventuality, which is, of course, unthinkable. This should clarify the matter. Thank you. So basically, no, the bank does not own Star Citizen or Squadron 42 or the studios. COTS & Co are forwarding CIG their tax rebate that they earn from operating in the UK, thus potentially saving money for CIG by not having to convert funds over to from USD or euros or whatever. So completely random, reckless speculation really genuinely angers me from the press and people trying to construct what I loosely call arguments. It's fine to not know something or be confused by it. I certainly was when I first read it a few times. So some of these articles that jumped on the Star Citizen is doomed bandwagon have printed retractions and apologies already, which is honestly pretty good for them. They acted quickly. That's pretty good of them to do that. Clickbait and speculation-based media articles are unfortunately what seems to have become the norm for a lot of media, but stuff like this does get resolved, and it was just a lot of worry about CIG being tax efficient. The Aegis Redeemer and its CCUs are being removed from the permanent availability on the store from July 10th. The idea being that it will return to the store once its eventual rework and flight readiness are complete. So the Redeemer is currently scheduled for a rework in 2018. If you did want to pick up one, remember that it's going to get that for a rework, and it's possibly even going to get a second concept phase, so it might change significantly, though its role will probably remain pretty pretty the same. So, originally designed by Star Citizen backers and the winners of the Next Great Starship, the HSS Redeemer is supposed to be a powerful fighting ship capable of holding its own in a battle with a lethal weapons payload. Bristling with turrets and missiles, the Redeemer can double as a armoured landing craft capable of deploying soldiers for first-person combat. And we'll have to wait and see just what the update brings in 2018 for the ship. It is available now for $250 excluding taxes. Check it out if you're interested. It is hangar ready, the ship, but obviously getting that massive change, and is, I think, the only ship that is now hangar ready but not flight ready. But we're going to have to wait a while to see it in action. Some other ships and info that were from devs and Ben's Day and some other bits and pieces recently. The UEE uses the Vanguard and the Hoplite variants, and they're the same versions that are available to the backers. There aren't specific military versions of that ship. They are unlikely to sell any alien capital warships, though you might be able to obtain them in-game in certain ways, like capturing them and stuff in the future. There aren't any Tavaran capital ships in working order anymore either, though you may be able to find them in the verse, most likely as derelicts though. It's possible that we're going to have guided missiles and torpedoes with cameras in the future as well. They kind of mentioned that. There is likely to be a sale when 3.0 goes live. During Gamescom there's going to be a sale most likely, and during CitizenCon 2. There will be November sales again this year in a similar style, or at least with some sort of quirk like they did with the Galactic Gear Air Show last year, and they did a different manufacturer each day. And towards the end of the sale, last couple of days, they're likely to allow all ships that were available during that sale to be purchased, but they'll give us lots of details before those sales go up. And these sales might be the last time that we're going to get a lot of these ships before they go up in price. So just bear that in mind if you desperately wanted a particular ship and you had the money spare for it. But you don't need to buy any of these ships. You only need a starter package to get into the game, and everything else can be obtained in-game. A lot of it hopefully will be obtainable from 3.0 onwards as well. And obviously you can rent ships with wreck and stuff as well anyway. Every month we give away a ship. For June, it is a free answer DUR, or DUR, donated by the Epic Stormfire962. Thank you very much for that. All you need to do is be subscribed to my channel and comment on one of my Star Citizen videos during that month. Do you have any questions for me about Alpha 3.0 or anything we discussed there? My Foundry 42 studio tour, which is coming up on the 30th. Do you have any questions for the devs when I go down there? Do you have any questions for me? Or any Star Citizen development in general. A special thank you to my Patreons who allow me to create the amount of content I do. If you are interested in becoming a Patreon, please check out the links below, as well as links to everything else that we've discussed below too. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help me, and I will see you in the verse.